This podcast contains strong language and discussions about relationships, sex, and love. It may not be suitable for younger listeners. This is the Can't Keep My Mouth Shut podcast, and I am Nick Selena. Hi, it's me. I'm already laughing because I know you've seen the title. Honestly, I just feel like stuff happens to me and I don't really prepare for it and I don't really attract it, and yet somehow always stuff. This episode is called Storytime. Sex so good, it matted my hair together and I needed an emergency salon trip. Let's just take a moment. I haven't done a story time in a while as well. In fact, I don't know if I've done a story time and can't keep my mouth shut. Might be a Sex in Singapore City thing, but it's great. I love it. And if this is my first one, then what a story time. So, where do I begin? You must be thinking, sex so good, it matted your hair together. Like, what were you doing? Okay, allow me to explain. So I'm just trying to work out. I have extensions. I had extensions. They had to be removed because of this incident. So I had extensions. I leave my hair very curly. It's naturally curly. And I just sometimes I don't brush it at all. But it's very natural. Like, they're pretty curls, you know. I don't look dreadlocky. But this does set the scene for this night. So I'm with the guy. Yeah, great night. Really great night with him. I'm not going to do any spoiler alerts or anything on that front. But we had sex 3 times, right? Love that for me. It was incredible. So go you, dude, if you're listening. And during, you know what? When I'm trying to tell really awkward stories, I notice I say a lot. Because I'm like, how do I tell you all this? It's not that I've lost my ability to podcast well. I'm just how do I begin? Yeah, sex, fucking great, okay? 3 times in the night, fantastic. And the reason it was so good is because he got me and was rough, right? But not bad rough, okay? Good rough. And that good rough included grabbing the back of my hair when he's, coming from behind. And I love it. I love it, okay? Behind position, doggy, grab the back of the hair, pull it back, but not too hard. We're not trying to break the neck here. We're just pulling the hair, keeping the girl locked in that position, and using the leverage to, fucking love it. Anyway, yeah, that's what happened. So in amongst those 3 times, and my hair was naturally curly, and I'd been rolling around in sand that evening as well, which probably didn't do me any good, with the hair. But I'm also, I'm a beach girl. What can I say? I like lying in sand. I like being at one with nature. So I'm sure my hair had a bit of sand in it prior to our session. And he clearly, in amongst the 3 times we fucked, was grabbing my hair a lot and has somehow matted it together. Okay? So I woke up the next day, hungover as balls, by the way. I was like, oh, fuck. When you wake up and you're like, yeah, that was great. Oh, great. I mean, I'm not angry about it, but my head pounds, but totally worth it. Then we had another little quickie, obviously, in the morning. And then off we go to breakfast. But when I woke up to get ready for said breakfast, I try and put a brush through my hair. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I didn't really want to say anything to him because I didn't want to be like, bro, you made my hair together. Because I don't think I'd even told him I had hair extensions. I think he probably thought it was natural. So I'm just shove my hair up for breakfast. Not an issue. You just need coffee at this point. And it's only after we say our goodbyes where I then try and really put a brush through it and realise I can't. And not only that, it really hurts. Because what's happened in 2 parts of the back of my head is there's two different clumps and they're so big. And it's all of the hair extensions matted together in with my actual hair. And there's no way of telling what's the fake hair, what's the real hair, or where the roots are, because I'm trying to tease it out with my hands. And let me tell you, this isn't like the first small clump I've had. I've had extensions since last September. Like, this is nothing new. But this is, well, it really was something new. It's a fucking next level. So I spend the next day with complete leave-in hair conditioner in, right? And I smush it all in. Then I shove loads of oils in and I'm teasing it. I'm walking around with a brush constantly. Nothing worked. Nothing. And not only that, from all the teasing and the pulling and the brushing and the trying to put all the conditioner in, my head is killing me and it's so sore. And I'm hungover as well. Like, this is giving me the point here. I'm hungover. It was good D and it was totally worth it and I got no regrets, but I was in a bit of a state the next day. So I end up having to send an SOS message to my hair salon. Oh, I love them so much. They're fantastic. I'll probably do another episode on them at some point in the future, but I text them and I'm like, I've got a bit of an issue. I don't really want to explain the hows or whens, but my hair is matted together and I really need your help. So they've managed to fit me in the following morning, which is fine, because I'm thinking, well, they're going to be fully booked. This is why I had to say SOS, emergency, because I'm like, I can't go like a week with this. So they've like helped me squeeze me in the next morning. And they did what they did best and they managed to remove my hair extensions. They teased the mats out. It was not fun. It was painful. I had some of my hair had to be cut off because it was that bad. And I was like, at that point, like, look, let's just remove extensions. Let's just cut the bits of my hair that needs to be cut and we start again. Because it was so painful. It was painful that even lying down to sleep, I could feel the mat. And if I ever moved and it like pulled at my roots, it was a problem. That good sex really caused me a problem. At least it wasn't a fucking STD, eh? I'm kidding. But who knew? Who knew this could be a downside of great sex? Your fucking hair mats together. And not only that, ladies and gentlemen, these hair extensions are not cheap. If anyone's ever had hair extensions in Singapore, you will know the cost. So I waved goodbye to my beloved hair extensions. And you know what? I don't hate that either, because it was time to give my real hair a rest. Give it some love. Fuck, it needs it after that. And yeah, just to give it some appreciation. Like, sometimes you pulling it that much gonna cause some problems. Or just pull it out. That would be my worst nightmare. Like, I'm surprised a clump of my hair extensions didn't come out in his hands. That would have been so awkward. Like, he's pulling you from behind, just imagine. And then, like, your head moves because your hair is left in his hand and he's no longer holding on to you. And he's just got these clumps, like from a horror movie. Oh, my imagination. Anyway, that is the story time of Sex So Good It Matted My Hair Together. Take what you want from this, heed it as a word of warning to your hair follicles and your precious hair extensions that they can't live through everything, okay? And also, if you do have naturally curly hair like me, you're extra fucked, because that will come together a lot easier. And yeah, if you do have sex 3 times in an evening and they do like it rough and you like it rough, things may go south. And you may have to wave goodbye to your really nice hair extensions, which is what I've had to do. Sigh. I don't regret it. Guys and girls, I don't regret it. I don't regret that good D. No way. Also, the guy is a fucking legend and an absolute gem, and he's hot. So totally worth it. Ish. One day I'll tell him, if he's not listening right now, I'll be like, bro, you remember that time? Yeah. And that's the end of my story time. Thanks for listening to my rant. And I will see you all next week, where maybe I'll have something a little bit more informative and a little less dirty, because I know you all like my dirty sex stories. There is a lot more to come of those as well. Don't you worry. And from that, I am done. I'll see you all next week. Thanks for listening to the Can't Keep My Mouth Shut podcast. Produced and hosted by me, Nick Selena, and recorded in the Splicecast Studios in Singapore. I'm available to listen to on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, and all major podcast listening apps. Do subscribe to enjoy a new episode every Monday evening. Please do give me a 5-star review. It helps other people also find my podcast. For more content and features to read, you can check out my website, nickselena.com. That's nickselena.com. I'm also on social media. Simply search at Nixalina, Nixalina, to find me. Don't be shy. Come say hi.